Hi everyone, this is CNA Gupta. I welcome you all on this channel, and as you saw on the thumbnail, today we are discussing about the taxation of the mutual fund. So without wasting much more time, let's start this video. So these days more and more people are inclined for these mutual funds. So there can be two reasons as per my understanding. First reason is it is easy to do. Easy means there is a SIP, every month there is particular SIP that will be debited from your account. You just have to select at one time that on which mutual fund you want to invest. Like share market, you don't need to think every day that on which share you need to buy or to sell. So it's easy to do. And second reason is it is comparatively less risky than the share market, and also it is providing higher rate of return than other securities like FD. Because of these two reasons, maybe mutual fund is the first choice for the investors. But we need to understand the taxable part of the mutual fund as well. Mutual funds are taxable, but we need to understand that what is the tax rate and how it is taxable. We need to understand those things as well. So what is happening, that people are investing in the mutual funds, but they are actually neglecting the part of the tax on the mutual funds. See, as per my understanding, if there is any income, then there is a tax. So by investing in the mutual funds, you are actually earning something. By any mode you are earning something, then it means there is a taxation part that you need to pay tax on it. Let's keep it very simple. Mutual funds can provide two types of income. First, it can give a capital gain, any kind of capital gain, long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain. I'm just going in details with these things, that what is LTCD, what is short-term capital gain, what is long-term capital gain. And the second thing is dividend. So by mutual fund, we'll have two types of income. One is this capital gain, second is dividend. So for the dividend, I already made a video on it. Dividend is taxable. Earlier it was not taxable, but now this is taxable, and it will be the part of a total income, and it will be taxable as per the normal slab rates. So if you are earning a dividend of, let's say 1 lakh in a year, and your income is, let's say 14 lakh, then by adding 1 lakh rupees, so it is around total 15 lakh annual income. So as per the slab rates, it will be taxable. Now let's understand the capital gain on the mutual funds. So there must be two questions in your mind. One, that we'll have the capital gain at the time of redemption. Second, it may be a question for you that by switching out the securities, do we need to pay tax? Switching out means, let's say I'm holding a mutual fund of HDFC. Now in this particular financial year, let's say financial 21-22, I am planning to withdraw that amount, redeem that amount, and invest in other securities. I'm not using that amount, but I'm just telling my broker that stop that securities and invest that amount in another company's mutual funds. Stop that mutual fund of HDFC and let's say invest that mutual fund in another mutual fund company. So will it be taxable? So I'll cover both questions in this video. Now let's understand, let's come to our first query, that is what is capital gain in this mutual fund. So there are two types of investment in the mutual fund. One is equity based, second is debt based. One is equity based, second is debt based. In the equity based, if you are redeeming any amount before 12 months, it will be considered as a short term capital gain if you are having any gain on it. And if you are redeeming anything after 12 months, it will be considered as a long term capital gain. Please listen it very carefully. When you are investing and redeeming in within 12 months of time, then it will be considered as a short term capital gain, and if you are redeeming it after 12 months, it will be considered as a long term capital gain. But this is only for equity based fund. Now if you are investing in a debt based fund, in that case 36 months you have to check. So if you are redeeming anything within 36 months, that would be considered as short term capital gain, and if you are redeeming anything after 36 months, that will be considered as a long term capital gain if you are investing in debt based fund. So now let's come to the taxation part. Tax rate on short term capital gain is 15%, and tax rate on long term capital gain is 10%, but up to 1 lakh rupees it is exempt from tax. Long term capital gain up to rupees 1 lakh is exempt from tax in a financial year, and after that it is taxable at the rate of 10%. But short term capital gain is flat taxable at the rate of 15%. So please mark my words here, short-term capital gain taxation rate is different and long-term capital gain taxation rate is different. I hope I made myself very clear that what is the taxable rate or taxable slab on the mutual funds and the types of income that we can earn from the mutual fund. Now there's one query left, that's switching off the securities. See, switching off the securities, if you are redeeming anything, then as per my understanding, it is taxable. Let's say you are investing in the HDFC securities. Now you want to redeem that securities and you want to invest in another company securities. In that case, it is taxable because you are redeeming actually. So you have to take care. I mean, if it's a long-term capital gain, then it's exempt up to ₹1 lakh. After that, it is taxable. And with the same thing with the short-term capital gain, if it's flat taxable at the rate of 15%. So whatever it is, you have to understand the taxable part and you have to apply those things as well. You cannot think that it's a switching of the security, so I am not liable to pay any taxes because I am not earning anything. I mean, nothing is in my hand. So as per my understanding, it is taxable. Government is putting all the efforts to check the tax evasion, and actually they are asking for the mutual fund companies to provide the details of all the capital gains or all the securities buying and selling in the detailed format, and you will be able to access it through 26 AS. I mean, as already it's declared by the income tax department that sooner pre-filled ITR forms will be there where we can check also the capital gain amount as well. So you need to be aware about these things as well, and as I request you earlier also that at the time of filing of ITR, please check your form 26 AS. It is very necessary step to do it. And also if you have any query, you can ask me in the comments box, and if you like this video, please subscribe for my channel. Thank you. Bye.